Hi, welcome back to Tales from the Road with Dr. Jill Windy. I'm Dave Dufour, and we were just talking about taking care of our fat, furry, frolicsome, frenetic, fascinating, fantabulous friends when we're on the road, and actually the issues that arise. Really, we're serious now. We're worn out the F thing. Okay, we're done. Anyway, the issue is things happen when we're on the road with our pets when they're traveling with us that may be different than the things that happen at home because we're in new environments, etc. And we just ran through a typical first aid kit that would be really good to have on the road with you when you're traveling. That a pet first aid kit, but that's obviously not the only thing you need to do. After the first aid, then the animal has to go to a veterinarian, and how to find one when you're on the road is an issue,
Can be
right?
challenging.
So what's the solution there? What do we think? What's the best way to find a veterinarian?
Well, if you have a personal recommendation from your home veterinarian, that's going to be the best because you usually know that doctor or hospital personally. And a lot of us do have colleagues from all over the country, either classmates that we had in veterinary school that have scattered, or specialists that we know, or just people that we've met. The veterinary community is a still fairly small community as far as professional communities go. So we usually know somebody who knows somebody. But if you're just out in the blue and something happens and you need one now, probably the best place to start is with the American Animal Hospital Association. And we refer to it as AAHA. So to find an AAHA accredited hospital is a great place to start. And the reason for that is that AAHA hospitals go through a voluntary higher standard of care to become accredited, so that you know that you're already in a hospital who's committed to practicing the best medicine possible. The easiest place to find an AAHA accredited hospital is right on their website, which is www.aahanet.org.
That's AAHA.
AAHAnet.org,
right?
Right. And they do have a Find a Veterinarian service that's on there to help you. So no matter where you are, you can find somebody close.
Right. So these hospitals are inspected and they meet high standards of practice. So do you get a lot of patients from that are traveling through the area in your clinic?
Oh yeah, we get a lot. Since we're based in Elkhart, and Elkhart is the base of a lot of RV companies, we usually get somebody either traveling through on their way to somewhere else, or who are actually bringing their RV in to be serviced or repaired or whatever. So we'll get a lot here, and those are always fun because okay, well, we're having this problem, but we're leaving by 4, or we're going to be leaving in 2 days, so we have to get this done. But yeah, we get travelers all the time. Now, I think probably the thing that makes these visits the smoothest is when these owners have all of the information that we need with them. So either contact information for the regular veterinarian, certainly their vaccine records, their pertinent highlights from their medical history, those types of things. To have that basic health information with you is going to be really important, and smooth that over when you do have to go into a new hospital for the first time.
Good. Okay. Well, I think the key thing to remember again, and we've talked about this before, when you are traveling with your pet, and I won't say fabulous furry friends, we won't do that again. The thing to remember is that you're really the first. You're your pet's first line of defense.
Absolutely.
You're the most important person in your pet's life in terms of making sure that if something happens, that they are protected or can be cared for in those instances. So.
Oh yeah.
And so
absolutely. You're like the ultimate patient advocate.
That's right. There you go. There you go. Patient advocate. Yeah. For furry friendly patients.
That's right.
Okay. It is now time for Mail from the Road. So we're going to move into our mail segment here. I've got a couple of questions that have come to us. Question number 1. I heard you can use Tylenol for pain in animals. Is that correct?
Oh, Tylenol. So Tylenol is tricky. In dogs, you can use Tylenol. It is absolutely not the first pain medicine that we reach for dogs. And that's because not only are there things that are more effective, but also things that help block inflammation. Tylenol only hits pain just like it does in people. So, but it can be used, but it really should only be used under the advice of your veterinarian. The dosing is different. and the situations that you can use it in are different. Now, absolutely, 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 forever and always do not use Tylenol in cats. Okay, that would be like in all capital letters, bold, maybe larger point. Okay, do not use it in cats. It is lethal. Cats are not little dogs, and they do not break down certain medications like dogs do.
Okay, what about aspirin? Is that something that you should use in any animal at all? Or I've heard that sometimes cats can cause ulcers. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, in cats or dogs.
Right.
So it's in the same family as things like Rimadyl and some of the things that we use in veterinary
Right.
stuff, but it is it's one of the more ulcer-forming medications that we use. It will actually prefer to do that versus block pain. So again, it's okay in a pinch for very short term, but there are other better things to go for.
And always be sure you understand what the dose is, because
Oh, yeah.
key is that your pet probably takes a lot less than you do in any case.
In certain medications, yeah,
Right,
and in some
yeah.
they take a lot more, and you won't be doing them any good.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, so just talk to your veterinarian, talk to a veterinarian before you give them anything off the human medical shelf.
Right. Question number 2 comes in today. Can my dog get poison ivy?
We get asked this one actually at the clinic quite a bit. Dogs typically don't tend to get a lot of the really severe dermatitis that we see in people, but they can carry the oil on their skin,
Right.
on their coat, and give it to you. So I have had some pets who do develop some reaction, but for the most part, they do pretty well. But again, just like with other, clothing and other things that come into contact with those plants, the oils can be transferred and give you a problem. So best to keep everybody out of the ivy.
That's right. Yeah, we have a cat that brings that in every summer and just lays on our
Fantastic.
feet in bed, and we end up with itchy feet. So it happens quite often. So anyway, we're closing out this episode of Tales from the Road at this point. And so be sure to get in touch with us. Let us know what you think of the show. You can contact Dr. Jill Winde at 877-578-RVNN, extension 705, and that will put you right into Dr. Winde's voicemail, where you can ask a question or make a comment. We're also on Facebook. We're also on Twitter. You can, and we're also on Flickr. You can send an email to Dr. Winde at Tails, Tails,
Right.
at rvnn.tv. Almost forgot it, but I didn't quite forget it. So thanks for joining us on this episode. We'll see you again soon. For more TV like this from the world of RVs, head to rvnn.tv.